Okay. Good day, people. Good day, everyone. This is Hugh. Don't forget to F Little for another chapter on generational wealth creation. Um, so, I know you guys have been hearing about what's going on in the current events in terms of the stock and GameStop and things of that nature. And there's a lot of other different stocks that they're limiting for you to purchase and sell on the Robinhood app, right? However, I hear a lot of people really nervous about that. A lot of people complaining. I have a couple of students and a couple of people in my circle that are really upset at Robinhood, and rightfully so, right? Rightfully so, because I'm sure a lot of people put a lot of stock in that and have a lot of belief that it'll do exactly what it's supposed to do. However, no one could really foresee that it was going to have the issues that it's having now. Well, one thing I speak to my circle about and my students is diversification, right? Your portfolio. So let's just say, for example, we're living in real life times, right? And we have an issue with Robinhood and GameStop, right? Let's just say you have a lot of stock in GameStop, you got a lot of money in GameStop, but that shouldn't be the only place you should have your money. You can have your money in real estate, right? Real estate is a little bit slow in terms of passive income now. Now, home buyers are buying, so a lot of buy, fix, and flippers are really benefiting today. A lot of new construction properties are benefiting today. But when it comes to landlords, they're a little bit shaky only because of the COVID situation and tenants paying on time and things of that nature. Not only just residential homes, but apartment complexes too. Apartment complex, self-storage unit facilities, and you know who's really suffering? Office buildings. I mean, not to laugh, but they have had the worst time with this pandemic because no one could come into the office. It's just there's a lot of things that have a downfall when it comes to those offices. But one thing that's going up is that's silver right there, right? That's an ounce of silver. And one thing that you want to have access to is tangible assets. This is an asset, okay? Even though it's small and things of that nature, but this could be broken down in many different ways, right? So one of the things I started doing was basically stockpiling on getting as many of these ounces of silver as possible, right? Because gold and the precious metals industry has gone up, right? It has gone up. Gold right now is like almost $2,000, just about $2,000, and silver is about $3,000. I mean, excuse me, $30, and we're talking about per ounce. So gold right now is close to $2,000 per ounce. Silver is just about $30 per ounce. Okay? So if anything were to happen, if this world were to just shut down and no one's able to go to the banks, you can't do anything in terms of making any money, or things are just dried up, things like this will be damn near priceless. Okay? Damn near priceless, because now you have something tangible that you can use in the economy. All right? So, like I was saying, we're talking about building your portfolio, right? Now, when it comes to portfolios, as I mentioned, I was talking about the silver, but what happens if you don't have enough money to buy an ounce of silver? What happens if you don't have enough money to buy an ounce of gold? Well, there's these things that you can buy on the stock market called ETFs, okay? Exchange traded funds, where basically you have a bunch of different stock that is under pretty much an umbrella that is catered towards a particular industry. So the reason why I bring this up is because one of the things that we can invest in is ETFs, right? Now ETF, I just mentioned it, but they have ETFs called JNUG, okay? That's basically gold miners. Okay, so if you can't purchase any silver, you can't purchase any gold, you could get into the stock market and purchase an ETF. Okay, there are a lot of different ETFs. Not necessarily looking at GameStop, because GameStop is one aspect of the stock market, right? It's one stock that everyone has a lot of money in. A lot of people have lost a lot of money and made a lot of money. However, right now there's a lot of controversy going on with GameStop, and a lot of times that controversy is going to create slowness in the market, right? At least in that particular stock. But when we're looking at a stock like JNUG, okay, which is the ETF, Exchange Trade Fund, is when you could actually still benefit off of having some type of access to precious metals, or a company that can mine. So that's where you really want to be, because there's always going to be something. There's always going to be something. If the stock market is down, the real estate may be up. If the real estate is up, the stock market may be down. Remember, you always have to base your decision off of current events, calculations, and common sense, right? So we want to make sure that common sense tells us that purchasing these little type of assets to create generational wealth for under $100, that's a good start. Again, now if you want to get into stocks and you don't necessarily have the money to purchase an ounce of gold, or you may not want to get any silver, well, you know what? You could go right online, open up your account, and purchase a stock called JNUG. Right? And here goes JNUG. I don't know if you can see that. JNUG. Right? And that's an actual stock that has gold mining in it. So you won't necessarily have to miss the boat totally, but you definitely want to make sure that you're on the right path, right? You're doing the right thing, because you may not be able to buy 1,000 silver bars or 1,000 gold bars, right? But at least you could get into a stock, an ETF, that's actually going to have precious metals involved. Another thing that what I noticed is really booming because of the Biden administration. They are interested in the cannabis industry, right? So for years and years and years, people would get in trouble for cannabis. People stayed away from cannabis, but now because it's illegal, you're able to get involved in cannabis. Now you may not be able to create a tree yourself, or a strand, or anything like that, right? Or even have a greenhouse, but you could buy some stock in cannabis. You have stock called like MJ, right? That's cannabis. Tilray, cannabis. These are stocks that are all under $100, all basically under $20, where you could get involved, purchase, and continue to stockpile and benefit off of the cannabis industry. Because like I said, the Biden industry is basically approving. They want to see more cannabis going on. They want to see more shops popping up, right? They want to make more cities and states legal with the cannabis. So with that being said, you definitely want to come to the show with some cannabis, either some silver, or either have some cannabis in stock. And that could help you get on your way. So I don't want to bore you guys too much, but there's a lot of stuff that we can go over. What about Bitcoin, right? We're talking about diversify your portfolio. What about Bitcoin? Okay, Bitcoin is another place where you could go to make sure that you could diversify your portfolio, right? Because Bitcoin is moving pretty good right now, right? Or just cryptocurrency in general. A lot of people may not be able to purchase a coin of Bitcoin, because Bitcoin right now was like $33,000 a pop per coin, right? But you have alternate coins where you can get Litecoin, which is silver coins. That's $140 right now. You could go in and get all different types of Dogecoin is a real hot one right now. Elon Musk is promoting that, right? Elon Musk is promoting that, and that's for pennies on a dollar as well. These are all different little assets that you can invest in and not necessarily break the bank. Yeah, it's not going to make you rich overnight, but this is a way to create habits to purchase these little assets every day, every week, if you can, in order to turn around. Once you turn around after a year or so, and you say, "Oh wow, I've been purchasing silver every week for the past 12 months," right? At that point, you can turn around and look at how much silver you have. Same thing with ETFs, JNUG, right? Same thing with cannabis stocks. Okay, these you always want to be purchasing these particular assets, because if you're not purchasing them all in a lump sum, you want to make sure you purchase these assets, if not daily, weekly. People may not have the funds to purchase an ounce of gold. People may not have the funds to purchase 10 stocks of JNUG ETF, right? But you could purchase one stock. You could purchase one. You could purchase one ounce of silver. You could purchase one stock. Right? Because these things some of them are pennies on a dollar, right? You have MJ. That's another cannabis stock. That's only $10, right? What about Forex? I'm not versed in the Forex side of things, but I have a buddy right now, and he told me Forex is just doing just fine for him. So if you don't know how to start benefiting from being successful on purchasing these assets at a small scale, you need to definitely give me a shout. Because at the end of the day, if you don't buy it, then you're gonna be sorry. If you don't buy it, or if you do buy it, time is gonna pass by. So you might as well do it anyway, and at a rate where it's not breaking the bank. So that's pretty much it for now. I'd like to thank you again. This is Hugh. Don't forget the F little, and we'll be tuning in soon for another chapter here shortly. Generational wealth, baby. Let's get it.